G1E, control categories, repeater regulations, third-party rules, ITU regions, automatically controlled digital. Station, G1E01A, 97.115B. 2. Which of the following would disqualify a third party from participating in sending a message via an amateur? Station, A. The third party's amateur license has been revoked and not reinstated. B. The third party is not a U.S. citizen. C. The third party is speaking in a language other than English. D. All these choices are correct. G1E02D, 97.205B. When may a 10-meter repeater retransmit the 2-meter signal from a station that has a technician class control? Operator, A. Under no circumstances. B. Only if the station on 10 meters is operating under a special temporary authorization allowing such. Retransmission. C. Only during an FCC-declared general state of communications emergency. D. Only if the 10-meter repeater control operator holds at least a general class license. G1E03A, 97.221. What is required to conduct communications with a digital station operating under automatic control outside? The automatic control band segments? A. The station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. B. The interrogating transmission must be made by another automatically controlled station. C. No third-party traffic may be transmitted. D. The control operator of the interrogating station must hold an amateur extra-class license. G1E04D, 97.13B, 97.303, 97.311B. Which of the following conditions require a licensed amateur radio operator to take specific steps to avoid harmful interference to other users or facilities? A. When operating within 1 mile of an FCC monitoring station. B. When using a band where the amateur service is secondary. C. When a station is transmitting spread spectrum emissions. D. All these choices are correct. G1E05C, 97.115, A. 2, 97.117. What are the restrictions on messages sent to a third party in a country with which there is a third party agreement? A. They must relate to emergencies or disaster relief. B. They must be for other licensed amateurs. C. They must relate to amateur radio or remarks of a personal character, or messages relating to emergencies, or disaster relief. D. The message must be limited to no longer than 1 minute in duration, and the name of the third party must be recorded in the station log. G1E06C, 97.301, ITU radio regulations. The frequency allocations of which ITU region apply to radio amateurs operating in North and South America? A. Region 4. B. Region 3. C. Region 2. D. Region 1. G1E07D, 97.111. In what part of the 2.4 GHz band may an amateur station communicate with non-licensed Wi-Fi stations? A. Anywhere in the band. B. Channels 1 through 4. C. Channels 42 through 45. D. No part. G1E08B, 97.313J. What is the maximum PEP output allowed for spread spectrum transmissions? A. 100 milliwatts. B. 10 watts. C. 100 watts. D. 1500 watts. G1E09A, 97.115. Under what circumstances are messages that are sent via digital modes exempt from Part 97 third-party rules that apply to other modes of communication? A. Under no circumstances. B. When messages are encrypted. C. When messages are not encrypted. D. When under automatic control. G1E 10A 97.101. Why should an amateur operator normally avoid transmitting on 14.100, 18.110, 21.150, 24.930, and 28.200 megahertz? A. A system of propagation beacon stations operates on those frequencies. B. A system of automatic digital stations operates on those frequencies. C. These frequencies are set aside for emergency operations. D. These frequencies are set aside for bulletins from the FCC. G1E 11D 97.221, 97.305. On what bands may automatically controlled stations transmitting RTTY or data emissions communicate with other automatically controlled digital stations? A. On any band segment where digital operation is permitted. B. Anywhere in the non-phone segments of the 10-meter or shorter wavelength bands. C. Only in the non-phone extra-class segments of the bands. D. Anywhere in the 6-meter or shorter wavelength bands, and in limited segments of some of the HF bands. G1E 12A 97.115. When may third-party messages be transmitted via remote control? A. Under any circumstances in which third-party messages are permitted by FCC rules. B. Under no circumstances except for emergencies. C. Only when the message is intended for licensed radio amateurs. D. Only when the message is intended for third parties in areas where licensing is controlled by the FCC.